Welcome back to the Missouri Valley Preview Show. I'm here with head coach for the Salukis, Southern Illinois, down there in Carbondale, Kelly Bond White, her third year. Kelly, it's so great to see you always, lady.
Good to see you as well.
And listen, things are rolling there, man. You got a lot of new players. You've got an international flair. What's been the most fun about putting this whole roster together this season?
Oh man, you refer to it as fun. It was fun. It's fun now. It's fun now that I got them here and I'm able to see them live and fitting into what we're doing. But I don't know if my staff would consider this summer fun. We only have 4 returners, but having the ability to put your stamp on young ladies and knowing exactly what you want and being able to go out and get that. And we had to be creative in that, but it was fun. It's fun having them here now. So I feel like this is the first year of being able to do exactly what we want to do and having the guns to be able to lock and load with.
Well, before we get into what you want to do, I got to ask you about your background. That is the coolest thing. I mean, it's very unique. What you got going on behind you?
Man, my goddaughter was Shay McDaniel. Her sister Bree is over playing at Maryland, but Shay was my graduate assistant. We always try to think outside the box on ideas, and we're limited on some things. So I said, you know what? I want that graffiti wall. We have other stuff in our locker room. We have the grass wall, like you see at some boutiques, food eateries, and stuff like that. But Shay just jumped to it. Got a lot of our different logos and got them together. And so it's a full box that our kids and our recruits can come stand in, ceiling and everything. We got the lights going in here. So, you got to reach out to the young folks to keep it fresh. And so she has a pulse, really good pulse, and our staff did a really good job of helping her put this together. And some other sports on campus have come in and created their own as well.
Well, knowing you, you're always on the cutting edge, right? You're right there on the fashion, the culture, all the things that are happening. So I'm sure you got some sort of fashion runway going on. I mean, you got to have something else, Kelly. I know you do.
It's coming. Intro video. We got some ideas.
Tell us about your team a little bit, and especially how you went overseas and got some international players to bring in and what they provide for what you want to do.
Well, start with, we wanted to stay home. We wanted to keep as many kids that we could on our roster to stay home. So just talking about our 4 returners, first, that group is led by Sequoia Allmond, who Sequoia is from Memphis, senior in her last year for us. Was really one of the most explosive players in our conference. We feel like we're going to have her healthy. She missed the end of last season, had surgery on her foot. She's back now. She's taking care of that. She's looking better and better. So she's a young lady that can really be a tempo setter for us. And when you look at, as we go down our roster, you'll see that we paid a lot of attention to tempo setters. So she's a young lady that can get to the rim, create for others as well as herself. We were able to keep her home. Then we were able to keep some wings home in TT Nelson and Tierney Brown. Again, a slasher, a catch and shoot kid. One of our interior players, Angela Samuel, tore her ACL, will be coming back. We'll have her back by conference. But then when you talk about, we went out and got some folks. We went out and got another 6'5" out of Chicago, went up to my home ground and found Mia Gaines from up there, went down to Alabama to bring in another guard, a point guard, to shore up that area with Q moving on to nursing school this year. Then I went back to Texas and found a young lady that we recruited at Texas A&M that Oklahoma got over us, and Kayla Cooper, and you'll have a chance to talk to both those young ladies I mentioned, who has just come in and been a part of the championship culture and brought a championship mindset to our team and wasn't intimidated about coming in and being vocal and leading. So she's really led by example and just has been everything we thought she would be from when I remembered her as a little 8th grader and recruiting her from back in the day. And then you talked about the internationals. We had just lost a close game, and I got my first phone call. I'm on the bus watching film, and Kelowna is a kid from a wing from Montreal, Canada. She had watched the game and was like, "Coach, I see the vision. I believe in you." And she's a young lady that has come in and just long, athletic. We were so tiny. We led the league in steals last year, but we were tiny with Q and Jaden up there. And now we got some length to help out in that area. Then we went over to Nigeria and brought in some players. Uh, Agatha is a guard, another tempo setter. Gift is a young lady that has been in Taiwan that we're really, really excited about in our interior. She can play the 5 and the 4, and she's just had some huge international experience that is really, really going to help us, along the way. And then Rita is a young lady that won't be joining us until Christmas, another 6'5". But that pipeline has been good for us, and that was Adora Lano, if you remember that name, forward at A&M that played on our national championship team. She was the captain of the Olympic national team in Tokyo, so she's helped us create a pipeline over there. Heck of a guard from Sweden, Alice Kerman, just tough as nails, really fits this conference and gets after it defensively, but really understands what we're trying to do after winning some playing deep in the FIBA U21, 19, 20. She's played all over the place. Isabella Palmquist is a 6'1" from Denmark that also is going to be able to stretch it a little bit for us at a bigger guard, 6'1", that can play some 4. But I got shooters, Debbie. That's the name. You know that. You're a shooter. I was a ball handler, but I had to go get some kids that could put it in the hole, but that were committed to defending the way that we wanted to defend. So I think I'm running through my list. I think I hit you with all of them right there. But Karis Allen, when you talk about a young lady that we got from Western Kentucky transfer, she's a local kid, had played in this area locally, and another 6 foot long, shoot the 3, incredible first step. Man, we got some weapons. Now it's my job and my staff's job to bring them together.
Gil, I can see by the look on your face and the intention with which you're talking about these young women that I know your culture is solid around the D. And I know when you've got a shot blocker, that makes your defense even better. And it sounds like you have that.
Yeah.
Offensively, that's been a challenge. But you say you got shooters? I'm all in on that. I can't wait to see it because the combination I know is going to be solid, right?
It is. It is. I'm going to let them play. I got to let them play. Transition will be a big part of the game for us. But I'm going to let them loose, Debbie. I'm going to let them loose and let them do what they do and not try to put too much of control and pull them back some. It's still going to come down to a half court game. We understand that. But what we do well, I want to capitalize off of our defense more this year. And we just didn't finish well last year. And so if we can still keep the defensive pressure that we were able to do and get those steals and now be able to convert, we should have some better results.
I mean, when you're talking about defending the 3-point line and making that a big part of your philosophy, leading the league in steals in the Valley like you did last year, then you add that shot blocking element in the third row and the back third level. That just sets up everything you want to do offensively, right? From the transition to the pace that you want to play. Who should we be looking for that will help you as much as a defender that also can be a two-way player that can really shoot it and really play in your ball screen action?
I think the young ladies that I'm bringing up to you right now, I think Kayla Cooper is on that list. Sequoia is on that list. And then Alice Kerman. Alice is a kid that's going to surprise some folks just because a lot of people might not know her as well. But just being able to come off those screens, like you're saying, you know what, go under us, try to ice us. I just think that we got some kids that are able to do some things. And by the time we get to conference, Kelowna's going to be another young lady that I just think is, she's a little hesitant right now because she's learning it. And, we have our own basketball language, but we got about 5 more languages that people speak. Kelowna's first language is French. So I had to be structured with my GAs. I got somebody that speaks French. I got somebody, they're all English speaking, but you know how translations work sometimes. So that's our greatest challenge down here this year is to blend all these personalities and backgrounds.
Well, that's the thing, right? Personality, IQ, work ethic. I know you have that. Personality would be the piece that comes next with all this roster reconstruction. Like, you're not the only one that goes through it. Everybody has to go through it. What do you think is the most important things that you've learned along the way that have helped you be able to manage the personnel to get them to do what you need them to do for you guys to be successful?
All habits. Buzz Williams, when I took the job, Buzz Williams talked to me and he said, you know what? A lot of coaches just focus X's and O's and accumulation of players. He said, Kelly, you got to establish your habits from day one because that's what's going to take you further along the way. And that's all we've been focused on. This year, we're reading Hard Hat by John Gordon. I know our kids will probably bring that into the conversation. 21 Ways to be a Great Teammate. And We just finished week 1 with Sweat More. And so each one of those kids had to talk about what are they going to give in that area. But we've been so creative, and whether we're sending them on dates together, they're at my house, they're at my other coach's house, everything has been about building a bond. They're in my office every week, whether we're just having regular meetings or film sessions with me, because they have to be extensions of me, and I want them to understand and bring our language. We have a dictionary where they walk around with their planners and their notebooks, fill in that dictionary so they know the language that a Saluki barks.
Kelly Bond White in her 3rd year at Southern Illinois. There's a culture. There's a defensive mindset. Now we're going to see a lot of freedom playing in a tempo that will make the Salukis so dangerous this year in the Valley. Kelly, thank you so much for being with us. We're excited to see you in the upcoming season.
Appreciate
Sequoia Allmond. Southern Illinois has got some speed now, and this is a lady that's going to be bringing it every night. Sequoia, thanks for being with us on the Missouri Valley Preview Show. How's it going?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
You guys wearing name tags in practice? You got to figure it all out. Who's who, right?
Yeah, you got a lot of new faces.
What are you most looking forward to this year with all the new faces and, playing for Coach Bond and what is her 3rd year at Southern Illinois?
I'm most looking forward to, winning and getting to know my teammates more on and off the court, gelling together. And like I said, winning and having a healthy full year.
Chemistry is something we talk about in basketball, and a lot of times with chemistry, there's a certain rhythm that comes with it, which leads me into your music career. Tell us a little bit about it.
But music is just another form of me. It's how I express myself, how I enjoy my free time.
Tell us what you're doing. Like, what do you got planned? I know you got something up your sleeve. What is it?
Over the summer, I made a few music videos. I'm going to schedule how I want to put them out, and who like it, who gravitate to it. I have another fan base outside of basketball.
I like that, because I was watching on social media and I saw that you're doing some interviews with your teammates similar to what I'm doing. Like, ask me a question. What you got for me?
What got you into media and interviewing? When did it first start?
Well, this is my 37th year on the air. I've been around a long time. I love the game and I love the people in the game. And it's afforded me an opportunity to use basketball to share my incredible passion and to raise my family.
Yes, ma'am.
How's that?
That was a great answer. I can't say
that. How do you think music and basketball go together for you?
I would say it helps me stay in a good headspace. When I have a lot built up or like a lot going on, I can just go express myself through music and decompress. So when I step on the court, I'm still free. I'm able to help everybody because I'm in a good space.
Now, you're being a little coy with us, and Coach Bond kind of tipped us off a little bit that you got just more than a little music career. You've got big plans, and you've got an opportunity to potentially meet the best rapper in women's basketball, maybe all of basketball, Flau'jae Johnson. You're looking to connect with Flau'jae at LSU, like she's big time.
Yes, ma'am.
Could you collaborate with her? Could you do something with her? What are you thinking?
I mean, I think I can. I think I can do anything for real, but I'm looking forward to it. I think it could bring a lot of exposure to women's basketball more than it already got. Just seeing 2 collegiate athletes come together as one and put out some music and show that it's more to life than basketball.
Could you put out a rap song or a piece of music on your team? What would it sound like?
On my team? I think I could. I can't really tell you exactly what it sounds like. I would just have to do it then. Y'all can check it out.
I think you need to do something like that so that we can really blow it up. Like, that would be really cool if you could entertain and engage Coach Bond. She's got that background with a graffiti background already built. She's got some swag. I think you could build something around Coach Bond.
I got you. That's going to be my next project I'm working on.
All right. You can give me a small little editorial credit for the creative.
I got
right.
you.
I know you're not going to believe this. I've written some rap songs myself.
Can I borrow a few bars?
Yeah, I'll send them to you. You won't believe it. You won't believe it. All right. So let's talk about your team a little bit, because Kelly's always about D. We know that. And you were a big part of helping that defense last year until you got hurt towards the end of the year. Now you're healthy. Now you're back. What do you see this year about this team that might look different than the team from last year?
I would say I see a lot of togetherness and just in regards to defense. I think everybody just wants it. Everybody is hungry. So that's the biggest difference. I see everybody together and everybody is hungry.
I've seen that out of Kelly's teams before. So we all know, like, if we see Southern Illinois on a schedule, we know how hard your team's going to work. Where are you guys going to find places where you can score the basketball, and who's going to help you do that?
I think whoever with the roster we had this year, I think whoever's on the floor at the time is going to help score. I think we're going to score a lot in transition. I think that's going to be our biggest place where we'll score.
You appear to be a person that has vision, big hopes, big dreams. Do you see that for your team this year? And do you see it for your music career?
I see it in everything I step in.
Where does that drive and that motivation and that confidence come from, Sequoia?
I think that drive and confidence just comes from knowing who I am and knowing what I'm capable of and having people around me who have that same support and confidence in me.
Well, we are looking forward to watching you lace it up and put it out there on the floor this year. We wish you well, and we thank you for joining us on the Missouri Valley Preview Show. Kayla Cooper in the house, got a little graffiti in the background. Southern Illinois definitely got some swag, and Cooper's in the house. What's up, Kayla?
Hi, how are you?
My understanding is that you had a relationship with Coach Bond at your prior school, and now you're here at Southern Illinois, and you want to help be a part of building and continuing to raise the level, if you will, at Southern Illinois. How would we see your scout or your game play out inside Southern Illinois system?
Well, Coach Bond has been watching me since 8th grade, so I feel like she told me what she wrote down in her scout when she first saw me, and she said she still had the notes and everything. So kind of just getting up in transition, being confident in my shots, and looking for my other teammates as well.
Is that what she wrote down in her notes when you were an 8th grader?
Yes, and she also said I play good defense, so hopefully I incorporate that here and there. So.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch your team work because I care about offense. Coach Bond knows that, but I do like and appreciate a team that is well schemed and works hard and gets some stops, especially if you can get 3 stops in a row and get out on the break. That's fun to watch, right?
Yes, we are focusing on getting some passing lanes, so hopefully we can incorporate that in the game.
Okay, so this hard hat thing, you get an award for it. You've won it. What does it mean?
So I previously won it this past week. This is actually, I'm holding it right now. This is the hard hat. It basically means showing dedication and being humbled in everything you do. Just working hard because nothing comes easy in life. That's on and off the court. And I feel like bringing this hat and bringing what it means, the meaning behind the hard hat is important for our team and our season, this upcoming season. And I think that it would really lead us far into the conference and everything. I feel like we play for more than just like what other people play. Like we play with passion. You can see it in practice. You can see it in like conditioning. We're always competing and everything. And like even now we have competition during this preseason. We have 2 teams and we're constantly trying to rack up points, going back and forth in it. Like one of the things we have to do is get in the sauna. We're in the sauna every day, just sweating and taking our pictures, showing everything. So I feel like this preseason will really just show how much we really want it and how much passion we have. And I really think it will translate into the season. And I think it will really get us far.
So I'm all about a good visual. I love the hard hat. Do you wear it to practice? Do you put it in your locker? What do you do? Wear it to class? You're a 4.0 student. I know people want to know what's going on.
Yeah. So I got it this past week, and it's kind of just been sitting in my locker. But I mean, it kind of just sits there, just kind of fight for it. I mean, nothing big, but we do wear it sometimes. So.
Very fashionable. I can see you wearing that out on the town in Carbondale. I love it. All right. So, Kayla, let me ask you this, because when we were talking to Coach Bond earlier, she was talking about not just the end result, but the process and the journey. Mm-hmm. And when you win an award like the Hard Hat Award, because of the way you described it and what it means to win that award, later in life, 10, 15, 20 years from now, when you reflect back on winning that award and you see where you are, what are you going to remember the most about winning an award like that and what it fully embodies around your team spirit?
So with this hard hat, we do have a book, and it's called the hard hat. So I would think about one, George, who also what it represents, and what he did for his team, and also just how much I've really worked to get here, how much work I really put in on and off the court, and also extra work I put in. Like, I really think I should congratulate myself a little bit more. So I feel like when I look back at this hat, just look back at how many accomplishments I've made thus far, and really just keep going and keep pushing myself. So.
I love that, because we don't always give ourselves grace. Sometimes we're hard on each other, and a hard hat means that you've been through a hard time to get it, right? It's pretty cool. It's very cool. Well, I can see why Coach Bond is having a good time in the off season and through the summer, putting this team together, getting to be around young women like you and Sequoia. So thank you for being with us, and we wish you good luck through the season.